Lovelies! Welcome back to my channel, and today's video I'm going to be doing a pink winter wonderland design. So for me, I love doing wintry designs which aren't just blue. I like doing pinks and lilacs and minty greens, just to mix things up a little bit. So today is a pink winter wonderland. So Lottie is all prepped, ready to go, and I have used the Gems Stiletto tips available from the nail team, and I've just chopped the very tip off to make these a long ballerina shape. And now I'm just using the clear acrylic from Perfect Nails just to do that thin clear base, and then we'll get into the design. So I have the white boomer powder from Perfect Nails. This is like a very soft white. It's perfect for doing baby boomers, obviously, hence the name, but I'm going to use this for the first colour on my ring finger and index, where I'm going to be doing a bit of a colour block because I didn't do enough colour block in my candy cane design. So I've applied the bead at the cuticle, and then I'm just pulling it down sort of a third of the nail. It might not be exactly a third, but you get the idea. And I'm going to be using this powder to make sure I've got the apex and the correct structure, because it is a cover powder, a core powder, so I don't need to cap it. So just going in with a touch more and then using my brush to really neaten up that line. A bit like with the candy cane video, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because we will be using a craft knife to cut that nice and straight, and you can use a file as well. So touch more because I just wasn't happy with the apex, and with these colour block nails I prefer to make it slightly bigger than not thick enough, and then I can file away. When I'm happy with that, just as it's starting to set, I've got my craft knife which has been in some clear acrylic. This means it won't stick, and I'm just cutting away a little bit from that line to make it nice and straight. As I said in the previous design, if you are using a craft knife on a client, please be very, very, very careful. I never use a brand new blade. This has been used, so it's not quite as sharp as a brand new blade would be, but you still want to be careful. You don't want to press too hard. You don't want to cut through the nail or the skin or anything. If you don't feel confident, you can use I've seen some people use like dental floss, or you can just file it. Do the work with a brush and then file it. Don't use the craft knife if you're not comfortable. So I'm repeating the process on the index finger, and we'll cut the line again, and then we'll get into the next part of my pink winter wonderland. While they set up, we are going to use Charmaine. This is a beautiful pink from Glam and Glits, and I have also got Equinox from the Indian Summer Glitter Collection and Blossom from the Elite Glitter Collection, both from the nail team. So on the middle finger I am just going to do a full nail of Charmaine. This is just the base. So it doesn't need to be thick, it doesn't need to be anything more than just a base wash of colour. And as I pulled the colour down, I sort of left that clear corner to the tip, and I decided to go with it. So I used the fine glitter, so Blossom, in that corner and just faded it down slightly, sort of sticking on that angle. It just kind of worked for me, because you all know how much I love a jaunty angle. Originally I was going to do the full nail, but in Charmaine, but it just worked, so I went with it. And then over top of this, I just added a bit of that Equinox glitter. As you can see, I'm just sort of placing that on to the wet glitter and acrylic, adding a little bit more clear where it had dried, and I just want to randomly splodge it on. I don't want to fully cover the nail, I want to see the pink acrylic and the Blossom underneath. Moving on to the pinky, and I did the thumb exactly the same, but it's not in the video. Starting off with Equinox at the cuticle, making sure it's nice and neat around that cuticle line, and then I'm just pulling that glitter down just past the natural free edge and fading it out slightly. I don't want to fully cover the nail, I just want sort of the nail bed to be this glitter. Now I've got this pink snowflake mix, no idea where it's from, it was just in my collection and I really wanted to use it. So I'm using that as the next block on my colour block nail, not my colour candy cane, my colour block nail, and I'm going to go on the opposite angle. This has got lots of shapes in it, plus those snowflakes. And so I did try and take out a few snowflakes, and oh no, I didn't do it on the opposite angle, I did it on the same. My apologies, going mad. I wanted to get a couple of snowflakes on top. So I've just put that down, kept it nice and thin, because we will need to encapsulate this in clear acrylic before we cut that line. So just pushing it right up to the first block, getting a mix of the different cuts in that glitter and then some of the snowflakes on top. You can take it down as far as you like, or you know, do as thin as you like, but I wanted to show off the pink snowflakes. And when I'm happy with the placement of that glitter, I want to cap it almost immediately, or not. No. While that sets, I'm going in with that glitter on the pinky and also the thumb, as I said, and I'm just pulling it down over top of that first glitter and onto that glass tip. And I want it to be slightly see-through still, and I want to have the snowflakes on top. So it's playing around slightly with the placement, but I was happy with it in the end, because you could still see through it ever so slightly. Now that I'm happy with that, I am going to encapsulate the glitter colour blocks, and for this I have used pink powder, which is a translucent pink cover powder from Perfect Nails. I decided to use this because it was just going to give it that extra little touch of shine. I like using this when I do reverse smile lines and using it to encapsulate the nail bed. Far too much acrylic, so just patting, pressing it into place, using the brush to do that line, and again I will then use the craft knife just to cut away the excess and create a really nice sharp line. I will do the same on the other one, and then I'll be back and we will carry on with the design. So for the final part of my colour block nail, I am using that beautiful Charmaine. Now, Glam and Glits are strength powders, so you could build the structure of the nail with this, but I prefer to use them purely as colour powders. So I did work this nice and thin and then encapsulate it at the end. And I did also encapsulate these with that pink powder, and I also encapsulated the pinky, the middle finger and the thumb, which I did off camera, again all in that pink powder. And then when I was happy with all the encapsulation, I filed them into shape off camera as always, and then they are ready to finish off. So here they are, all filed, all looking lovely. We've got those beautiful straight lines from the colour blocks. So now give them a clean up, get rid of any little bits of pesky dust that's decided to cling on, because we don't want that in the finished nail, and then we can get into top coat. But before that, I'm going to apply some snowflakes to the middle finger. So I was going to stamp them, and then I remembered I had these hollow silver stickers. These were from Amazon, and I decided to use those instead. Now, if you wanted the snowflakes to show up a little bit more, I would stamp them, because you had to really look to see them. But I did like the sort of the subtle look to them, so I didn't mind. So I'm just choosing some different snowflakes. They've got various shapes and sizes, and I'm just placing them randomly on and then giving them a real push down with my thumb to make sure they stick. Now, you could actually encapsulate these in the acrylic, so apply before you cap the nails, but because I was going to do snowflake stamping, I didn't. But they work just fine by being top coated. So just applying a few more. You could have them hanging off the nail and then just nip away the excess before you top coat. It's entirely up to you, but when you're happy with the placement, you want to top coat these. Now, on a client, I would double top coat. I think I probably did in this video. So on a client, I would do my first coat of top coat, and if it's no wipe, just half cure it. This will give your second coat something to grip onto. So after that flash cure of 30 seconds, I'm going to top coat all of these nails using my Perfect Nails top gel, and this is going to bring that pink winter wonderland back to life. When they're top coated, I'm going to cure for that full 60 seconds, and then we're just going to add one final finishing touch to my pink winter wonderland. So they are now top coated and cured, and you could leave them like this, but I have got my white cream gel from Perfect Nails, and I'm just going to add a few icicles to those colour blocks. So I'm going to follow that bottom line, so the start of the bottom block, just a nice line, and then I'm going to pull down that paint and add some icicles. I want to finish them off at a bit of a point, so I press the brush down at the top, and then I'm gradually lifting it as I get towards that point, and then just rounding in between. And then when I'm happy with my icicles, I'm going to cure for 60 seconds. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit more sparkle here, before you cure, you could sprinkle with an iridescent glitter, but I decided the white looked really nice as it is. So I did exactly the same on the other nail, and then this is my pink winter wonderland design complete. And here they are, all finished. So I do hope you have enjoyed this video and like this design as much as I do. If you have, and if you do, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. All the product details are in the description box, so make sure you check that out, and join me again soon for another Christmassy design. Bye! Mwah!